A devastating suicide bombing shook the rugged hills of North Waziristan, Pakistan, a region long scarred by unrest. A vehicle packed with explosives rammed into a military convoy, killing 16 Pakistani soldiers and injuring dozens, including civilians, caught in the collapse of nearby homes. The attack, claimed by a faction of the Tehrik-i-Taliban Pakistan (TTP), was a brutal reminder of the violence simmering in Pakistan's borderlands. Within hours, Pakistan's military pointed the finger at India, accusing it of sponsoring the attackers to destabilize the country. India, swift and sharp in its response, dismissed the claim as baseless and turned the tables, calling Pakistan's accusation hypocritical and exposing its long history of nurturing militancy. This fiery exchange is more than a war of words. It's a snapshot of a deep, bitter rivalry that threatens to unravel the fragile stability of South Asia. The roots of this conflict stretch back to 1947, when India and Pakistan were carved out of British colonial rule in a bloody partition. Millions were displaced, and the disputed region of Kashmir became a flashpoint, sparking 3 wars and countless smaller clashes. India has long accused Pakistan of supporting militant groups like Lashkar-e-Taiba to fuel unrest in Kashmir, a charge Pakistan denies, while countering that India meddles in its own troubled regions, like Balochistan. In Waziristan, where the attack took place, Pakistan's past policies have come back to haunt it. In the 1980s, Pakistan backed Afghan fighters against the Soviets, turning its tribal areas into a hub for militants. Over time, groups like the TTP, once loosely aligned with Pakistan's interests, turned rogue, attacking the state itself. India's response to the Waziristan accusation leaned heavily on this history, with its Ministry of External Affairs stating, "Pakistan's own policies have sown the seeds of this violence, and blaming India is a desperate deflection." Today, both nations stand at a tense crossroads. Pakistan faces a resurgent TTP, with nearly 290 deaths in 2025 alone in regions like Khyber Pakhtunkhwa. Its government, struggling to contain militancy, uses India as a convenient scapegoat to rally domestic support and shift focus from its failures. India, meanwhile, is riding a wave of global influence, strengthening ties with the US and projecting itself as a counterweight to China. But at home, it faces the challenge of responding to Pakistan's provocations without escalating into full-blown conflict. Just a month earlier, in May 2025, a deadly attack in Kashmir led to Indian airstrikes on Pakistani targets, followed by retaliatory fire and a fragile ceasefire. The Waziristan accusations threaten to snap this thin thread of peace. The geopolitical ripples are significant. India's growing partnership with the US, highlighted by high-level visits in 2025, irks Pakistan, which leans heavily on China for military and economic support. Pakistan's claims of Indian involvement in Waziristan, though unproven, align with its narrative of being encircled by hostile forces, a story that plays well domestically and strengthens its ties with Beijing. For the world, the stakes are high. 2 nuclear-armed neighbors trading barbs and bullets could destabilize South Asia, disrupt trade, and draw in global powers. Smaller agreements like the India-Pakistan Water Treaty could collapse under the weight of renewed hostility. In the end, the Waziristan incident is a stark reminder of a fractured relationship. Pakistan's quick blame game and India's biting rebuttal, calling out Islamabad's role in fostering the very militancy it now fights, lay bare a cycle of distrust. As the smoke clears over Waziristan's rugged terrain, the hope for peace seems as distant as ever, with each accusation tightening the knot of tension in a region that can ill afford another unraveling.